A great meeting point, convenient light meals, hot and cold beverages, or a quick snack on the go? What's your order for the day? We don't just say, we do. It's the Stain City way.
Hello and welcome to your Friday edition of Real Talk with myself, Anele. So today it is a star-studded affair this afternoon with not one, not two, but three of your favorites in the name of entertainment. The most enviable pair, BFF pair in town, join us later in the show to talk about a brand new business venture they're embarking on. Actress and three-time International Achievement Recognition Award nominee Terry Pheto will be in the building. Also, one of the baddest girls on TV, Iris Zungu, portrayed by Mampho Brescia, will also join us. Be sure to stick around for that. But first, my guest has got a lot to be grateful for in 2017. In April, he became a father for the second time when he and his missus, Lisa Koppel, welcomed their baby son, Kyle. Word on the street is he's got 2 more bundles of joy still to come out this year. Not pregnancy. Don't worry about it. He's like, wait, Lisa, are you not telling me something? Welcome, 2-time summer winner, singer, songwriter, author, all-round nice guy, Jenny K.
Yo, I thought I was having twins. I didn't know about it.
You're like, is Lisa gonna come on and say we're having twins?
What do you know that I don't know?
Is this one of those shows? Is this like Jerry Springer South Africa?
They're walking out.
You know what we do though? We would give you a stroller for free.
Thank you. I'm gonna need a stroller and a lot of depressant anxiety tablets.
And we'll throw in our house at Stain City.
Sure, it better be a big house. 4 kids. No, 4 kids. 2 kids is no joke, Anele.
Somebody said to me, actually, I think it was Mandy Wiener.
Yeah.
Because obviously she had 1 child and then she had 2. So I said, how is it having 2 kids? She said, imagine you're in the ocean and you're holding on to 1 kid and you're almost drowning and I just give you another child.
It is a lot of work. But I'm as you said, blessed year, you know.
Imagine, but also if you are like your dad,
yes.
Gavin Koppel, then you are very hands-on because your dad, for me, is like pinnacle of fathers. Very hands-on, very loving, you know, kind of leads from the back in a way. So are you that guy?
I think you're a product of your parents, your upbringing, a lot of us, and I think, you know, that's the importance of positive men, positive fathers, role models in their children's lives, you know, because sometimes you replicate what you see. Yeah. So yeah, my father was very involved, taught us to, you know, take control of our actions, our lives, be responsible men, me and my late brother. So yeah, that's how I was born. I was raised. I hope to be the same for my kids. I really do.
I almost forgot that you and I are authors.
Yes, we are authors, huh?
We are authors.
When people say author, I'm like, did I write a book? Yes, I did write a book. It was a short book.
Look.
But it was a book.
It was a book.
It was a book.
It has a cover. It has a beginning.
And it has a publisher, yeah.
It has an end, okay? Somewhere, if somebody Googles you somewhere in the world, you are a published author, my friend.
And people think of you differently once you've written a book. It's funny, you know, like people are like, you get that author respect. When you do a CD, it's like, anyone can do a CD.
It's a mixtape.
But when you're a book, then I'm a clever. This guy's clever, which isn't also true because they're ghostwriters.
They are the clever ones, okay? Yeah. They're the ones we should be thanking. But I remember I really did enjoy your book, and because it was Nick Robinovitz,
yes.
Shaka Sisulu, Kaya Dlanga, Danica, and myself, right?
Yeah.
And out of all of them, yours was the one that surprised me the most, with how open you were. And I was like, this is quite something else. Will you write another book?
I think maybe at the end of my life, when hopefully I've achieved more and lived through more, I had, you know, it was a snapshot of what I'd been through in my life. And yeah, it was called Take It From Me. It was actually a retrospective of all the mistakes I'd made in the music business as a celebrity, in relationship. And I just thought, hey, what can I be an expert on other than myself? Not much. So I wanted to just be very honest and open and say, this is where I fell short, this is what I did right, and this is kind of where I am today. So I don't know what I'll do in 20 years. Hopefully I'll be able to contribute something else.
But I mean, we're looking at the 5th album now.
Yeah, I mean, making albums is it's kind of like pushing an elephant up a hill, you know. For me, it's a difficult process. It's a very invested process emotionally, and I'm also very fussy, so I've got to really get my mind in the right space to make music, especially with all the other things going on in my life, which is difficult.
So at which point does it end? Does the elephant get on top of the hill and then the elephant decides, hey, say, Danny, I've got 4 legs. Why don't you jump on here and then I'll take you for the rest of the ride?
Well, yeah,
when in the process?
I think when the songs hit radio and people listen to it and they become hits, which, you know, you're the queen of radio, finding that song that connects with people is the ultimate goal for any musician, and you don't know which ones are going to do it. You can get a sense, but I've had songs in my career that I thought were surefire hits that have been massive flops, and vice versa. I just, you know, you don't know until the average person in the streets listens to it and it connects, and that's how certain people rise to become superstars, and others never make it.
Which song did you think was a surefire hit? And then it's like, do you know what happens when I send a tweet and it's so funny? I'm like, this is funny. This is going to get so retweeted. Send. An hour later, 2 retweets.
Yeah,
I'm like,
but it's true, because it's you know, you're very close to your, as a musician, your own music. So you sit in the studio. I did the song with Sketchy Bongo called Inside My Head, and Sketchy and I wrote it, and you know, we just thought it was just going to be such a massive track. And I remember like phoning Sketchy a couple weeks ago, it's not really working out. And then I had the song Brown Eyes, which
was good.
Which I thought was going to be very mediocre. And I thought no one's really going to get this. It had a slow chorus and a fast verse. And I thought it's so mixed up, people are not going to understand it.
And that's the one that landed.
That became a huge, and like sort of re-energized my career a couple of years ago.
So, and I mean, you said I'm the queen of radio, so what I'm about to say may get me fired from radio. But hey, let's see. At least I've got this
I don't want to
gig.
be responsible for this, I think. But anyway.
At least I've got this gig. I'll just come work on your team. Do you think artists need radio as much as they did in like, let's say, 5, 10, 20 years ago?
Well, I thought that until I saw what, you know, what Casper Nyovest did and what Ricky Rick's done, and you know, guys that just through the power of their phones have garnished support that you could never do 10 years ago. I mean, when I began, there was no Instagram that you could push videos and messaging and have 20,000 people watching, you know, every video that you put out. But having said that, I think in this country to truly touch the nation, like with those massive songs that just capture everyone, if you're not on radio, I think you'll never get fully there. I mean, radio is still, I think, it's just very, it's a loved, you know, art form by South Africans. I think we just love radio. That's my personal opinion.
Okay, yes, I get we love radio because, I mean, if you look at our, and you can tie transport systems to radio, right? Because in first world countries, people travel for 15 minutes max.
Yeah.
You know, you're on the subway, you're at work. You know, you're on a bus, you're at work. Here, you're in your car, you're in the taxi, you're walking.
And
so
it's free.
Yes, and it's free. So there's like a, you know, a longer time for you to consume it. But
correct.
I feel like looking at us and the rest of the world, that it doesn't matter anymore. No one is like jumping up and down because that they're the most rotated song. Great.
I think, so in America, like what I later realized in my career is that artists actually pay the radio station for spots.
gosh.
So when a big artist launches, if Beyonce is launching an album, she will go to radio across America and spend millions of dollars on purchasing spots to launch a song.
Like an advert.
Like an advert. And that's almost what radio can do for you, is it can just advertise your shows, your profile, your brand, allow you to do other things. So imagine it as a 2-minute or 3-minute commercial on your brand.
Sure. Look, if you're paying.
Yeah.
Remember, to get your WhatsApp voice notes in, Terry Pheto and Mampho Brescia are joining us a little later. After the break, we're talking business with Danny K, the entrepreneur. I want to talk about his collaborations with the likes of DJ Zinhle, a.k.a. Kuli China, all but to mention a few. We'll be right back.
With the sunrise.
You are tuned to Real Talk with Anele on SABC3, where the stage is yours. I think you heard me murmur that Donald makes good music. I think you heard that. Luckily, I wasn't saying anything bad, right? Yeah. That was a small hashtag Flashback Friday to Danny K's song, Personal Paradise, featuring Donald. Danny hasn't only been busy with diapers and bottles. He's been in studio. We just spoke that he's on his way to his 5th studio album. But before we go there, there's no way that this show is going to end without me telling y'all the story. So Danny meets Oprah, right? And then, Danny, it's my story to tell.
Okay.
Then Danny goes off to Oprah's 50th birthday.
Yeah.
And then you are the first South African to perform on Oprah's show. The second being Ladysmith Black Mambazo.
Let's say we joined first.
Okay, joined because they were on the same day.
Yeah, we're same day.
Okay, so basically 4 South Africans have been on Oprah's stage then. Charlize Theron, you, Ladysmith Black Mambazo, and President Nelson Mandela.
That's it?
Yeah.
Seriously? I didn't know that.
It's rough. What must happen? I've got the box set. Trust me, I know.
Okay.
So then, what happens there?
What happens there is, so I was a different kid growing up. So while my friends were listening to rock music, I was listening to Motown.
Yes.
So my idol, my vocal idol, my songwriting idol, my whole life
Prince.
was... No, it wasn't. It was actually Stevie Wonder.
Oh, okay.
So it was Stevie. So I didn't know who was going to be on the show. I didn't know who was going to be there. And I'm sitting in the change room, and all of a sudden, I just see this guy who looks like Stevie Wonder walk past my dressing room. Later to find out that Oprah had invited Stevie, Tina Turner, Josh Groban, and a few other, all
those guys.
Oprah crew who were there. And like we were told, sing and go backstage.
Yeah.
And when I heard that Stevie was singing in the next segment, I was like, hell no, I'm not going backstage. So I went into the audience, got a seat, and I sat right in front of Stevie Wonder, and he sang like 4 or 5 songs during the ad breaks. And to think that I was this kid, I always tell, that's why when I tell that story, I say, dream, baby. Dream. Yeah. Dream, because if you would have told 8-year-old Danny Koppel from Johannesburg, South Africa, you're going to be on Oprah singing just before Stevie Wonder, I would have said to you, man, what are you smoking? Impossible.
Danny who'd catch a bus with TK downtown to go to recording studios to listen to other artists.
Yeah, I mean, that's just like dream, because, and we were speaking about Trevor,
dream.
Just as like, if you dream it's the start of it happening. Yeah. So have no limitations on what you think you can do in life.
I like that.
Yeah.
And you got pajamas from Oprah.
And I got pajamas.
Personalized Oprah.
You get a pajama. You get a pajama.
You all get pajamas. I want to know about Supreme 3.
So Supreme 3, as I just said, I guess it's a good segue. Motown was the music that I grew up loving. Ironically, when I began in the music business, my nemesis was Loyiso Bala. So, and in a good way.
I know.
We were this, R&B was a very difficult
you guys were these
genre.
crooners.
No, it was a very difficult genre because no one wanted to listen to R&B South African guys, especially a white R&B South African guy. They were like, this guy's insane. But Loyiso and I wanted to be R&B singers. We pushed the genre, and we both loved Motown.
Yeah.
So fast forward 20 years, I'm with Loyiso, and I'm like, we should do like a tribute band and just sing the music that we loved. We didn't know what was going to happen with it. And then we thought, nah, Supreme 2 doesn't sound right, so we better have a 3rd member. So Loyiso phoned Lloyd Cele and said, Lloyd, would you like to join us? And now we're developing this project basically fueled by our love for Motown.
Oh, please just like run through a few of the hits, because I'm going to come see that.
So we do ABC, we do I Want You Back, we do Marvin Gaye's like Sexual Healing.
Do you do that other one? Let's Get It On. Okay.
We do Let's Get It On.
Okay.
We do obviously some Stevie, we do some Prince, we do some Temptations. And it's like a fun project, but it's the most fun I've had on stage in years, just singing the music that I grew up loving.
And just watching people's faces light up.
And it's timeless. It's funny. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, young, old. These are songs that somehow in our lives have just been there.
And now the beauty is the Supreme 3, right? So it's Danny who grew up in music. And like you say, people were out there Metallicaing. You were like, no, thank you, I'll take Stevie Wonder. And then you've got Luis Abala, who also then grew up in a musical family, Drakensberg Boys Choir, when Kwaito with TKZ, then also found his feet rather in R&B. And then you've got somebody who came from a reality show, you know, Loitele, who, you know, also is just as brilliant.
Yeah.
And then you're also part of a reality show this year.
Yes.
You almost forgot.
Yeah, I almost forgot. almost forgot. So yeah, we're doing this reality show, which is basically like a music biz apprenticeship show.
I saw that poster, right?
Yeah.
Okay, first I saw a cheetah.
There was Ricky at a cheetah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Because I was like,
which he enjoyed in the briefing room until the actual cheetah walked up on set.
Then
And then
like,
we realized that this isn't like a little Siamese. This is a cheetah. But yeah, it's basically it's myself, DJ Zintle, Ricky, Mampincha, Big Naz, and who am I forgetting? Euphonic.
Yes.
Different guys in different genres, and giving kids a real under the microscope view of what it takes to make it in this business, with experience of 5 big guys that have been in it collectively for over 100 years, I think.
Yeah. Do you know what I like about that as well is the fact that, you know, there's an informal side to it, because Mampincha and Big Naz, you know, they're like, you know, it's just,
of course,
you know. And then there's a Zintle who is a DJ, but she also makes music, right?
Yes.
And it shows people that aspect. And then there's a Euphonic who I feel, when it comes to marketing, you know, he's the man.
Yeah.
And then there's Ricky Rick, who I once had a conversation with Ricky Rick, and he was nervous about coming onto my radio station 947 because he's like, hey, it's white people. I don't know, do white people like me? And I'm like, Ricky, how are they gonna like you if you don't give them your product?
Sure.
And now look where it is. So was that on purpose? The fact that you literally went to go find mentors, judges, leaders in the reality show, like from all spheres? So
actually the lead into how that all came is I've got this electronics brand called Rocker, and I bought all of them in along with AKA Mikasa. I've got a whole bunch of all my friends and all the biggest influencers in the business that custom design their own electronics brands with me, headphones, earphones. And we chose these 5 from our stable to say, look, they've mastered the art of not only branding, but also music. So we realized that in this day and age in the music business, you'll know, is that your brand and your working of your brand is almost as important as what you do on the is your talent. So yeah, everyone, as you said, you got marketing experts, music expert, branding experts, and the show with these kids that are funneled into the show just get a masterclass in what it takes to really understand what they're in for in the business. So that breaks in, I think it's October, it goes live on TV.
Next Level, yes?
It's called The Next Level.
And what is there a winner?
There is a winner.
What does the winner get?
And the winner, funnily enough, to other reality music shows, doesn't get a record deal. They get a lawyer, a publicist, a recording budget, a music video, all the tools to make their career their own, and then they get pushed into the big wide world of entertainment and say, go fly.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a bit different.
And on that note, we say thank you.
Thank you.
You'll be back here for your 5th studio album launch. You're going to perform a few songs for us.
Deal.
We're going to have an in-depth chat.
Great.
You may wear your Oprah pajamas if you want to.
My Oprah pajamas are in a museum somewhere, apparently.
I know, I saw them last night. The Museum of Joy and Wonder. I was there, don't worry. Be sure to keep your eye out for Danny K on the next best thing in music talent shows. It's called Next Level. It'll be on our screens around October, like you said. And of course, as you've just heard, his 5th studio album, he promised us he's going to come back and sing it here, okay? Coming up next, she's not only ours, Mzansi, she is an international actress. Join me after the break when Terry Pheto will be on the couch. Come back. Welcome back. Who would have ever thought that a girl from the Val would one day be nominated in the same category as the likes of Oprah Winfrey? These are the exact words Terry Pheto used when announcing her 3 nominations by the International Achievement Recognition Awards this year. She's been nominated for Best Actress in a TV drama or a series, as well as Best International Actress. Oh, girl, stop it. She was introduced to us in 2005 as Miriam in Gavin Hood's thrilling Oscar-winning film, Tsotsi, and the rest, as they say, is cinematic history.
Thank you. Pains me to ask you this, but are any of the things that you are accused of true?
It is propaganda. You should know better than anyone not to believe everything you read in the paper.
That is not what I asked you. You must disband the football club.
The football club looks after me. They keep me safe.
They must go.
But darling, there is a Walter Sisulu Football Club. Why can't we have a Mandela United Football
The
Club?
Walter Sisulu Football Club does not have members who are terrorizing the community, who are behaving like thugs. The Mandela United Football Club has members who are accused of murder.
That is nonsense. I will let the boys go if they want to.
Get rid of them. I have spoken on it now. I do not want to hear any more about any of these things.
It is quiet in this garden of yours. But out there is war.
Then behave like a soldier. You must be disciplined and learn to follow your leaders.
You forget. I'm a leader too now.
For a moment there, I forgot I was at work and I thought I was at home on my couch watching a movie, right?
Well,
How many times have you watched that, the movie?
it's actually a series. It's a 6-part mini-series.
Yeah.
So I saw it when I was in the US beginning of the year.
And do you ever watch and like, oh, I wish I'd done that differently?
Of course,
Oh,
of course.
really?
I think any actor will feel the same. Like you watch yourself and you feel a little uncomfortable because you feel like, you know, I could have made better choices. Why did I do that? And yeah.
But I mean, when it comes to you, as opposed to every other person that has played Winnie, you at least can pick up the phone and call Mom Winnie and be like, Mama, you know, when this was happening, what was going through your mind? Is that a liberty you take, or are you like, whoa, no, let me just figure this out on myself?
You know, unfortunately for me, I mean, we had planned to have a meeting with her, but that's when she was not well. So the producers and everyone tried to organize, but we found out that Mama is not well. And you have to respect that. And I feel like she produced so much content. There's so many documentaries, so many books.
There's
that
so much to rely on.
There's so much, and so many people that you can speak to. So I just had to rely on that. And I mean, I can't wait to like see her and say, Mama, what do you think? I hope I didn't offend you, and give her a hug.
Are you like living in a moment where you constantly have to be like pinch yourself and be like, okay, it's not a dream, it's real, this is my life?
Yes and no. I mean, I think with every success, there's always a plan of some sort. As to how big, you know, things will work out, you'll never know. But I don't think there's anyone who goes to work with the intention of just being okay. So you go there, you want to give, you know, your best, and you want to do as much as you can to make sure you are good, you know, at that time. And when you receive these accolades, it means, you know, something. Then that's when you're like, well done. But other than that, for me, I'm always happy to be doing what I love, and the love is good.
Yeah.
But you know, without the love, there'll still be work.
Okay, so someone said to me the other day that Terry Pheto is one of the few people. Actually, we called you Terry because, you know, your first name basis like that. You know Terry, and like, and we knew. It's like Terry is one of the few people in the industry where, from when we were first introduced to her as Miriam to now watching her as Winnie, where like her improvement is something else. So yes, she was good as Miriam, hence she was in a movie that won an Oscar, but there's just like a continuous growth, like, and it's almost, it's like, it's on purpose. It's like you're doing things that make you better. What are those things? Because we as children, we want to know.
It's everything, Anele. It's knowing yourself and knowing that you can always be better. It's knowing that the sky is not the limit. Like, you need to push yourself as hard as you can, and you need to grow each and every single day. And as an actor, you know, we are emotional athletes. You need to work your muscle. You need to make sure that you improve every time. I mean, I have, a dialect coach and I have an acting coach. So I make sure at least once a week, there's someone that I'm sitting with that can, work on my craft, whether I have work or not. So I don't just wait until
you have a job, and then you get fit for it.
And because I have an agent in the US, so they keep sending material. And I have even some actor friends, like, Mampho is one of them, where I'll sit with her, read lines with her, work with her, play with her. That's how you grow. And, also surround yourself with people that want to see you win.
Yeah.
You learn from them. I don't want anyone's going to waste my time. I don't sit with people that are going to gossip about other people. What are we talking? How are we growing? How are we inspiring each other? So, and yes, I mean, I've grown in front of everyone. And I'm proud of that.
Yeah.
Because I can actually say I am self-made. I can actually say there was effort in everything that I've done. And who knows where I'll be in 5 years, in 10 years.
I'll tell you where you were this year. Please, can you bring this picture up? Bring the picture. I mean, Terry.
Black women in Hollywood.
I mean, Terry. Okay. 2 minutes before that picture was taken, what was going on? Like, what, were you walking around her? Were you high-fiving? Were you guys doing it bus stop? And then you're like, hey, let's take a picture. Viola Davis?
I was invited to the Essence Black Women in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And I met a couple of people, and I was introduced to Viola, and we had a nice little chat. And I said to her, I can't wait until, you and I work together one day, which I believe will happen very soon. So that picture is a reminder that I have, unfinished business in Hollywood.
And she says what when you say, I can't wait?
She said, absolutely. I don't know why she said that, but she's like, absolutely.
What does she smell like?
Success.
I like that.
Yeah, she smells like success and grace. And I mean, she's one of the most phenomenal
her skin.
Actors.
How's that skin?
It's like dipped in butter and chocolate.
Oh, it's that butter, that melanin butter. Okay,
Beautiful.
there's a WhatsApp voice note. Someone would like to ask you something, Rolex.
Hi, this is for Terry Pheto. Terry, I believe that you are one of the best actresses in our country. And what I would like to ask you is that, do you think that it's actually harder for Africans, especially African females, to, break through into Hollywood? Because I feel like you should be up there with Charlize Theron and stuff.
I think it's not just for black females. I would say Hollywood is not easy.
For women.
For anyone, especially for black women. And as an African or a South African, when you get there, you will be playing an American, you will be playing a black American or British. So you need to make sure that you work on your dialect. You can do the American accent, you can do the British accent, you can do the African accent, because you might be sent to an audition where you have to play someone from the Congo or
Nigeria,
or
Ghana, and it can't just be South African.
So, I mean, there's like a very small percentage of us. So if you're just South African and you're like, I'm not going to change, unfortunately, you'll have limited roles for you. So you want to make sure that you do what Trevor did in, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. When in America and you want to be successful there, make sure that you can compete with Americans, because those are the people that you're going to be competing with.
Girl, can you do the American accent?
Girl, I'm paying for it.
No. Listen, after the immense success and award-winning streak of a United Kingdom, the story of Sisire Khama, founding president of Botswana, we all can't wait to find out other powerful moves that Terry will be making. Do not worry, her and the smashing dress, they'll be right back. After the break, it's the feisty actress Mampho Brescia who'll be joining us on the couch. Don't go anywhere.
Penny, Alexander's finally asleep. I've asked Kwane to look after him. Let's go out. Yes, go put something decent on. We can have some sushi, maybe catch a late afternoon movie. You have a lot of work. I've never heard you say that in my life. You hate children. Yes, more especially babies. Stop being a spoilsport.
Okay, mamela, as in, kawona ufuna ukushaywa umoya uzojabula. And as enye into yini, I don't think ukuthi kusafe simshelo boy.
She's the childminder, Pam. We've talked about this. I don't know, you suddenly want to swap jobs? Okay, fine, whatever. I'm gonna go out, get drunk, and you can stay here sweeping the floors. And P.S., that bathroom's disgusting. You can...
It is the lead role that she was immediately cast in upon her return to South Africa after spending 3 years working in Hollywood. And Mampho Brescia has effortlessly taken to the character of calculating and manipulative Iris Zungu Onesibaya. She's also acted in Jacob's Cross as well as International Film District 9, which was nominated for 4 Oscars and 9 BAFTAs, just to mention a few. We welcome onto the show Mampho.
Hey.
First of all, those boots, girl.
Thank you.
Okay. I see what you're working with.
Yeah.
I see what you speak Japanese?
I do. It's really bad right now because I haven't had anyone to speak Japanese to.
Yeah.
So I don't get to practice, but yeah.
To be fair, I think you could speak it and no one here would know that. Like, we'd be like, oh.
There are some people out there that are watching.
They're going to be like,
They're like,
call the embassy and be like, we're being destroyed out here.
Right, so.
You do realize how good you are at playing Iris, right? Like, you do realize that.
I guess sort of like what Terry says, we're always so critical of ourselves, and like just watching back, I'm like, oh my gosh, I shouldn't have stood like that. I could have, done that a lot more. I could have listened better. I could have done this or that way.
Yeah.
So I think it's hard to be like, yeah, I'm great at this. No.
Yeah. But I mean, a little bit of you is like, hey.
I suppose there are scenes where I'd be like, yeah, I'm happy.
Okay.
I'm good, yeah.
Who do you find when you act opposite them that's like, they really take out the best Mampho?
Oh gosh, it's a large cast, so it really differs from person to person what they can bring out in you. I mean, I enjoy the family dynamic, the wives, they always bring out that real bitchy side, that is Iris, because she looks down on them and they judge her. So it kind of makes her feel uncomfortable and she feels defensive. So it all comes out beautifully. And we just enjoy it because we have a great laugh all the time and we love it,
when they say cut, you guys like on the floor, you're
always like... I mean, Celeste as well,
I remember
she's full of jokes.
You guys were having an exchange with Celeste and she's Pokazi on the show. And as she walked off, you were like, fatty.
Yeah. And I love it because she doesn't take offense to any of it, and a lot of things are spontaneous, and we can sort of like work on what do you think works. We can rework the script, and that's what makes it so great, and it's like it's a team, thing. So yeah, I guess that's been my funnest.
So 3 years in Hollywood. What are you doing when you're in Hollywood? Everything.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I was literally living the life of a Los Angeles, or how you would say it. I went to school. I did a lot of training, did a lot of auditioning, got a lot of rejection. Got used to it, built a thick skin, got to work, which was also amazing. Had incredible moments. Got to meet all the people that I wanted to meet. I remember just before leaving, I'd watched The Rain Man, and lo and behold, I got to work with Dustin Hoffman. So yeah, it was literally a dream come true, like an actor's dream come true.
When they say you worked on Revenge, Emily, the one set in the Hamptons.
Yes.
I love that show, but I stopped watching like on season 3.
Yes, it was in the very first, because I did the pilot. With them, yeah. So it was like really in the beginning, got to sit in the table at the table reads, and really part of it, and selection of the cast and where I would fit in and what we could do, and at the time I was still trying to work on my American accent, so it was kind of tricky, and trying to get my O1 so that I could actually work. So it was like literally just an orchestration of the stars and the universe bringing it together that I could be part of all of that.
When you're going into a role, I even remember watching you in The Jakes Are Missing.
Yeah.
When you're going into a role, when you say you sit down for reads, when you sit and you're preparing for a role and you are building a character, because all you're given is paper,
Yes.
You're given paper. You must sit yourself as Mampho, use your expertise to be like, okay, I want her to be like this, like that.
Yeah.
When she chews, I wanted to chew like this. do you look to other references of characters that remind you of this character that you're about to play?
Not necessarily. I suppose it depends on the type of character. So it's kind of like reading a book and how you would imagine what this character looks like that you're reading and how you identify with that character. So for me, it always is that, how does it make me feel reading about this person and how would I react?
Yeah.
And I try and find things, the commonality
Yeah.
with the character that is in me. And one of the lessons I think Gavin had taught me this was that you never judge your character and you need to be empathetic. Otherwise, you're never going to play that person with truth.
Never judge your character.
Yeah.
I think that's so important because, you know, I hear a lot of this in the industry where, you know, actresses or actors are fighting with wardrobe. They're like, yeah, this is not a nice top. Yes, but it's not you wearing the top.
Yes.
It's Iris.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I think it's so important that you're stressing that, you know, never judge your character.
Absolutely, yeah.
So you have it's a beautiful face, but it's a non-approachable one.
Really?
Yeah.
I hear that a lot.
Do you hear that a lot?
I am the funnest and most sweetest person you will ever encounter.
I know. Actually, that's what Celeste said to me the first time. I was like, yo, Mampho Brescia. I didn't even talk to you. I don't know why you're talking to me.
Yeah.
But so then how does your now husband approach you at the gym if you've got that face?
I think it was absolute destiny. You know, I believe that it was an intertwining of spirits, so it was beyond the physical. I think, at least.
Because you're at the gym.
Yeah.
It's not like you're looking cute
I
at
did
the
not,
gym.
you know, I was not looking cute at all.
His
you know,
up, you know.
I think I romanticize everything, so that's how I chose to see it. And I think that I believe that a guy who knows what he wants will not be intimidated or threatened by anything or anyone. You know, even if I don't give them a nice smile or anything of the sort, you know. And I've always said you need to make your intentions known, and then you will conquer, you know. So he was that guy.
12 years?
13.
13.
Yeah.
13 years in, and he's still like your guy.
My hero.
Really?
My hero.
Oh,
my hero. My God.
And how old is your daughter now? 6?
She's 4. She's only 4. She's as old as the show.
Oh, you got her as the show was happening.
Yeah.
And are we going in for number 2?
No.
Are you like done?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. I've got a mini-me and I'm really happy. I've done it.
You've done it.
Yeah.
But apparently you and Terry have got a new baby that you...
Oh, yeah.
I want to talk about this baby, so you're going to sit here. Terry's going to come back. Mampho Brescia and Terry Pheto give a lot of people lots of BFF envy. Have you watched them on Instagram? I'm just like, can I superimpose myself there? All right. They are having good times on the red carpet. They're having good times laid back at their houses. Now, these two are partnering up for a business venture with a great cause. We'll have both ladies on the couch to spill the beans after the break. And welcome back to Real Talk with me, Anele Mdoda. I've been having a grand old time with actresses and businesswomen Terry Pheto and Mampho Brescia. All you need to do is browse through their Instagram accounts, get a sense of how tight their friendship is, but how lovely their life is. But this August, in Women's Month, Terry and Mampho have taken their friendship and passion for equal and quality education for all South African children to the next level. Both ladies credit their mother's emphasis on the importance of education while growing up as one of the catalysts that has led to their brainchild called Let's Learn Toys.
Yes.
I want to know about Let's Learn Toys. I want to learn toys. Terry, what is it all about?
It's a new business venture. I mean, it's a dream come true more than anything. Mampho and I have always wanted to do something together. And we're both passionate about education and kids. And if you go through our social media, you'll see there's so many kids. I'm not a mom yet, but I'm that auntie that all the kids love me because I always bring toys. But the toys that I bring, I always think about how am I improving a child's life. To me, toys are tools. So if I'm going to buy my kid, a gun, what am I teaching them?
How do you say, are you saying get better with this?
Exactly. So it's always been something that, been very much aware of. And ever since we got a baby, Rain, who's, I'm the godmom. We just spend more time with them. And you realize that, whatever that you give them, they will play with it and they will learn from it. Why don't you give them the best? And then we're like, actually, that's it. Yeah. This is what we need to do. So we need to, start a business that will make sure that not only the 4 kids that we have access to, quality toys, quality education, but make sure that every child in South Africa make it accessible. And that's why we have an online store, Let's Learn Toys.
Okay, so these toys are fun toys, but are educational toys.
Yeah.
So if I want my child to develop analytically, there's toys for that.
Absolutely.
And on the creative side, there's toys for that.
Funny.
If I want to teach them balance, there's toys for that.
Absolutely.
You get it. Yeah. I love it.
Because I have a little one.
Yeah.
I'm just like...
that focus on visual eye perception, gross motor skills, all of it. And the thing for us was because we were so busy with our lives and we didn't want to have to not spend time with, well, I didn't want to not spend time with my child. And I guess every mom has that guilt factor. So what's wonderful about our toys is that they give you something to do with your kid. And so you're bonding, you're teaching, and you're having fun, So it's really all about quality, not just the quantity.
Yeah, the quantity of it. And I always say, when it's kiddies' parties, I say to people, buy them a book or buy them clothes. Don't buy them toys. Because people toys, then it's another train. I'm like, guys, I see Park Station anymore.
Yes,
What's up with all the trains? Do you know what I'm saying? So now I can just go into Let's Learn Toys and you find there's a variety, you order
everything.
And then you guys deliver.
Absolutely.
To your door.
Okay.
Or your money back.
Yes.
All right, high five to you, ladies.
And if there's a dysfunction with the toy, we will take it back without any issues and we will send
Which
you
has never
something.
happened, by the way.
Yeah.
So we're very proud that...
How long has this been running?
I mean, we've been working on this baby. This is not something that just happened overnight. But, I think things got more serious end of last year.
Yeah.
And then we had to test and okay, let's take a bit of time and see before we go out. Then we're like, Anele, we have this business.
Yeah.
And Women's Month made more sense for us to say, let's launch, we're ready. We can, if you say, I want
this or that.
500, puzzles, we have them. And we have over 2,000 products. So if you go to our website, Let's Learn Toys.co.za, you'll see.
So are we gonna, because I'm seeing money here, are we gonna have expos, where you for a week, we're at the Dome and all these toys are on display and the kids can come play during the holidays with these toys and parents can buy them and you've got speakers there and mothers and doctors and...
Oh yeah, there's a whole plan.
Is there a whole plan?
So much that
it just doesn't stop here.
It's not stopping.
This is just the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right now we're focusing on making sure that we grow the online store and make sure that people are aware of the business and how to buy. And because, I was one of those people, I never wanted to buy anything online. Because I felt like, oh my God.
Now
I'm shopping at 2 in the morning. I'm like, I want those shoes.
I have to take your phone away from you.
Now you're like...
Because I know that it's safe, and if anything goes wrong with your money, the bank will pay you. Yeah. So,
but also we know you guys now. Don't worry. Sometimes it's an anonymous. When I go to a website, Mampho and Terry, I know them. I'll see them there, Willets, and be like, "Yay, when? Where's my toy?
Money? Where's my toy? Where's my money?"
Yeah.
So we're confident that the business will grow, the online store will grow, and we want more Black people more than anything to trust that it's safe.
That is a promise. Look at that face promising you.
No, I don't know that this is serious.
So lots of tweets coming through. But Terry, you like wine boo from Tiwe. Today my faves are here from Fuluza, Terry Pheto and Mampho Brescia. Mampho Brescia is a powerhouse. Yo, she's an inspiration. I love your spirit. One of the few real celebrities we have in SA. Love you, Terry Pheto from @Matez. Everyone wants to know, actually more than anyone, me. Mampho, if we're at a concert and the singer we're there to see gives Terry the microphone and starts singing a song and Terry finishes it, which song is it?
Oh my word. Should I even say?
Which song does Terry
say it.
know?
I don't even know what you're going to say.
The recent one where you're going nuts about it. I'm like, please stop.
Which one?
She's on this song now, what is it again? Oh gosh, I've been like, please stop.
My taste in music is very peculiar.
It's very, very dull.
So I listen to Sri Nomtekala all the way to country music.
Yes.
So
it's
if you were to go through my playlist,
you would not be able to say this person is that person.
But which
I
song
love
do you
Beyonce
know?
as much as I love
one, two.
gosh, what is your recent song? Why can't I remember it? Going
Let's
to
Learn
London.
Toys. That's the new song. I mean, I'm still working on the
On
melody.
the jingle.
Leslie Toys.
Yeah, Let's Learn Toys. That's the new song. I just wrote that.
I'm like,
Yeah, so I'm working.
like,
It's going to be a jingle. So
I'm on radio and I haven't heard of that one. I don't know that one. Okay, vice versa. We're at a concert and the singer gives her a microphone and she sings the entire song from start to finish.
I know what you would sing. What's his name? Rag and Bone.
Yeah, Rag and Bone Man.
Yeah, Rag and
I'm
Bone
only
Man,
human
Yes,
after all.
yeah. But you
I mean,
love-
I
you
love the whole
other-
album.
Yeah, but you love that one. What's wrong with my
Okay,
memory?
I think she will sing James Blake.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Which one is James Blake?
Which one?
Just let it go. Let it go. Oh.
Or Dixie Chicks, actually.
Oh, I might do Jigs. Oh, Taylor. Oh,
Taylor Swift.
I've been listening to a girl in the dress cried the whole way home.
Oh,
you know
she
that one?
sings.
I tried.
She sings, and I'm not going to sing for free, Anele. Because I'll be acting because I'm not a singer, and I don't act for free. My agent will.
Oh, I didn't know Mampho sings. Look at this.
I'm a shower singer.
We know
She's
shower.
got the voice. She sang with PJ Powers.
I did. When I
She
was like in
did?
standard 5, I did. And it's so ironic because, well, I don't know if it's irony, but it's kind of like weird because I sang a song about everybody has a dream. I don't know if you remember that. And we all have the right to learn. And I was in school uniform and now I'm doing stuff for everybody who has a right to learn.
Listen, these ladies are amazing. Thank you so much for your time, ladies, Terry and Mampho. Let's Learn Toys, am I right? Let's Learn Toys. Let's Learn Toys.
Let's
Great.
Learn Toys.co.za.
That's where you can find them. Thank you so much to our guests earlier on, Danny K, as well as these two entrepreneurs in the making, obviously. You have yourselves a good weekend. And go Springboks. Tomorrow we're taking on Argentina and PE. Woo! Go Springboks. Bye.